In this video, we'll be talking about another method of depreciation. This one is called units of production method, and the second half of this lesson we'll talk about partial year depreciation using a straight line, using double declining, and then sum of digits. So let's first cover this first type of depreciation. So for this first example here, we have a commercial lawnmower that's $15,000. It has a salvage value of $3,000 and 700 working hours. So instead of us trying to find the depreciation using time, we can use units instead. So if we were to take the cost minus salvage value divided by units, we would find that for every hour that this lawnmower is being used, it would be costing us $17.14. So the difference of what we've done so far has been focused on time. This one is focusing specifically on units. So the second example we have is a semi-truck that's worth $115,000, salvage value of $25,000, and the amount that it can depreciate over the time is we're going to take the cost minus salvage value, and it's going to drop down in value at $90,000. Now let's find out is how much is it going to depreciate per unit. So we have a cost of $115, salvage of $25, and the units of life on the semi-truck is 500,000. So we could take this formula, which is similar to what we've done in the past, parentheses of cost minus salvage value divided by units, or miles in this case. It's going to cost 18 cents per mile. Now the question is asking is how much would this semi-truck devalue if there was 128,000 miles on it? Well, all we'd simply do is take the number of miles times the unit per mile, and it would drop in value $23,040. So again, this one is focusing on the units and not so much the time. Alright, this next example here, what we're looking to find is build a depreciation schedule. This one is a shrink wrapping machine. So what we need to do is find and put together a depreciation schedule. So first, the cost of this is $52,300. Salvage value is $4,000. The amount that could totally depreciate is going to be $48,300. And all we did was we did the cost minus salvage value. Now we need to figure out what would be the total amount it's going to depreciate per unit. So we're still going to, what we're going to do for this one is we're going to use the $48,300, which we found here. We're going to use the total depreciation of units, which we know to be 69,000. And now let's calculate what it's going to cost per unit. So let's take 48,000 divided by 69,000, and we can find out that it's going to drop 70 cents per mile. Now, actually, there's a mistake here. This should not be 69,000. This should be 690,000. So now it's 7 cents, or that wouldn't make much sense as far as the value goes for that one. So now we know what is the amount it's totally going to depreciate. We know that what it's going to cost per unit, and then what they give us is a list of years with different units on it. So a brand new one we know is 52,300. We know in the first year 240,000 units were used. We know for the second year 150,000 was used. We know for the third year 90,000. Year 4, 120,000. And for year 5 was 90,000 as well. So now we know the cost per unit, that's 7 cents, and that will stay the same no matter what year it is. Now we need to find what is the amount of depreciation. So we're going to go units times the cost per unit. Oops, try this again. Units in the first year, 240,000 times 7 cents is 16,800. And we could duplicate this formula all the way down. 150 times 7 cents, 90 times 7, 120 times 7, and 90. So what we'll do is we'll just duplicate that same formula all the way down. Now we need to look for the accumulated depreciation. So for the first year, there's nothing to accumulate since it's the same. And then we're going to take the book value, 52,300, brand new, minus accumulated depreciation from year 1, 16,800 would be $35,500. Now for year 2, what we're going to do is we're going to add the previous year's depreciation from year 1 plus year 2, and we'd be at $27,300. The book value for that, we'd take the book value minus that depreciation, and we'd be at $25,000. Year 3, we could use the formula sum to add up all 3 of these years, and then we could take book value minus accumulated depreciation from the last 3 years. We'd be at 18,700. Sum for the last 4 years, add those together, would be at 42,000. Book value minus accumulated, we'd be at 10,300. And lastly, if we added all 5 years of depreciation, we'd be at $48,300. And if we were to take the book value minus accumulated, we'd be at 4,000. And we could do a quick check here. If we go back up here, yep, salvage value is 4,000, matches with our depreciation schedule. So this is how you build a units of production method depreciation schedule. So this is part 1 of lesson 16.4.